The McKinsey Global Innovation Survey revealed that 84% of business executives agree on the importance of innovation to their future growth strategy. However, only 6% of these executives were satisfied with the innovation performance achieved in their companies. Very few knew what the problem was and how to improve innovation in their companies. The Business Innovation Canvas is a free-to-use tool that teaches all levels of your business how to innovate successfully. The Business Innovation Canvas stimulates innovation thinking and practice in your company, providing the necessary steps for your company to grow its own innovation competencies from the ground up. The Business Innovation Canvas is specifically designed to create and build innovations in a business context, designed to work from the existing business point of view. However, startups, inventors, and entrepreneurs can also use the Business Innovation Canvas. The Business Innovation Canvas helps your team paint innovation projects using visual thinking, helping your team describe, design, and challenge innovations in a visual thinking language that everyone in your team understands. Put a large format Business Innovation Canvas on the wall so that the whole team can contribute on the same canvas. Use sticky notes and markers to paint your innovation canvas. Each section of the Business Innovation Canvas has headings and prompts to help your team draw and write down the essential information to paint a clear and understandable innovation project. As your team fills in the sections of the Business Innovation Canvas, you can see how each section influences the choices you have made in the other sections. The Business Innovation Canvas helps your team refine and improve the innovation project to a point where it presents a solid business justification, supported by senior management. Once you have painted your Business Innovation Canvas and before you execute the innovation project, you need to ensure that the non-negotiable elements of the Business Innovation Canvas will be put in place. If you and your company are unwilling or unable to put the non-negotiable elements in place, we recommend that you do not waste time attempting to innovate and that you rather focus on exploiting your current competitive advantage. However, if you are willing to implement the non-negotiable elements, then you are ready to begin your innovation journey. The 4 non-negotiable elements of the Business Innovation Canvas are senior management support, the appointment of an innovation leader, the appointment of an innovation team, and a plan to conduct dual objective experiments. It is essential for the senior management of your company to support the innovation project. This means that they understand the proposed innovation project and that they are willing to commit people, equipment, facilities, and funding to the innovation project. The appointment of an innovation leader and team members is essential to drive the innovation project to successful completion. The work of Vijay Govindarajan and Chris Trimble presented in their book, The Other Side of Innovation, Solving the Execution Challenge, provides important contemporary thinking and practice to which we subscribe for innovation leadership, team composition, and experimentation, and is a must-have for all innovators and senior managers. Experimentation is essentially what innovation leaders and their teams do. Without experimental learning, nothing new can be developed and refined to a point of functional and market acceptance. All innovations exist in a social context. Therefore, you need to describe, understand, and learn from the social context of your innovation project. It's pointless developing an innovative solution that does not match and address the problems and needs of the targeted social context. The social context part of the canvas helps you describe the problem or need you plan to solve, identify the key stakeholders and key industry factors, and how you intend to learn from the key stakeholders and industry factors. It is essential to write down a clear and concise social context problem or need. The simple statement must describe the problem and how it affects the social context, in other words, the people. Use your tacit knowledge, which is the knowledge people of your company have gained through experience working in your industry. Tacit knowledge is often hidden, in-depth understanding of your industry gained through experience and is not freely available information. This knowledge is often a valuable source of ideas for innovation. Once a social context problem or need has been framed, you must describe how you plan to solve the problem or need. Your solution should be something that is possible for your company to develop and offer as a solution. Check that your solution is sufficiently focused, allowing your company to make and offer one thing that will solve the problem. Avoid making complex solutions. Simple solutions are best. Rather make one simple solution at a time, and after a while you may have a whole bunch of simple solutions that you can group together to offer as a broad range of solutions. You can then go on to describe the size of the contextual problem or need. The size of the problem should give an initial rough estimate of the potential size of the customer base. The size of the contextual problem may, for example, be described as a neighborhood problem, a continental problem, or a worldwide problem. It is important to note that the word key, used with stakeholders and industry factors, implies that you need to only identify the most important stakeholders and industry factors linked to the problem you plan to solve, and not list all of them. Identifying the key stakeholders associated with the contextual problem. All contextual problems should have a range of stakeholders. For example, customers, competitors, industry regulators, societies, councils, statutory bodies, service providers, and funding agencies, to name a few. The contextual problem statement you have crafted should help you identify the key stakeholders that apply to the problem you wish to solve. Once you have listed the key stakeholders, you need to describe the type of learning relationship you as a company have with each stakeholder. For example, you may be able to learn from your competitors by tracking the new and existing products and services they offer to your combined customer base. If you identify key stakeholders that you are not currently able to learn from, it is important to develop a relationship that allows you to learn from these key stakeholders. Without a learning relationship with all key stakeholders, you create an inherent vulnerability in your innovation project before it has even begun, and this should be avoided at all costs. Finally, you need to map out the key industry factors. Key industry factors differ from key stakeholders, as key stakeholders describe people, while industry factors describe non-human factors. For example, a rail or road network, electrical power, or an essential non-human industry factor that is key to your initial social context problem and solution. Industry factors can include national or international policy, trade agreements, even important cultural norms. The list of key industry factors again needs to contribute to the learning that will form part of your innovation project process. To summarize, the Business Innovation Canvas helps your team describe, design, and challenge your innovation in a visual thinking language that everyone in your team understands, creating a solid business justification supported by senior management. Ensures that non-negotiables are put in place before you execute your innovation project. Helps you develop innovative solutions that are focused on solving targeted social problems and needs. Describing the problem and the specific solution by learning from key stakeholders and key industry factors. The social context gives you a solid starting point to move forward and paint the remaining sections of the Business Innovation Canvas. Download the Business Innovation Canvas from our website. Thank you for your time and interest. Now go out and become the innovator you were born to be.